All right, let's solve this one more rational inequality. This one's a little bit different because notice it has variable expressions on both sides, so that's going to take one extra little twist to do it right. But we're going to wind up making a number line, critical values. The way we'll find the critical values will be, first we're going to turn this into an equation and solve it. That's where one or more of our critical values will come from. Also, any excluded values will be critical values. You might as well tell me excluded values right now. All right. X cannot equal 1 because of this. All right. X cannot equal -3, setting that equal to 0. So those two numbers are going to be on the number line. For any additional values, we're just going to solve this equation. How do I solve it? I need to make the denominators the same. So over here, I'm going to do x plus 3 in the top and the bottom. Over here, I'm going to do x minus 1 in the numerator and the denominator. Once I have like denominators, I can cancel those out. That's going to give me distributive property, x squared plus 3x is equal to x squared minus x. The next thing that's going to happen, Gary, you're spacing out. Next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to subtract x squared from both sides. Those completely cancel out. So I just have 3x is equal to -x. Do not divide by x, whatever you do. Never ever divide by x, because it might be 0, and now you're dividing by 0, and the universe explodes. So don't do that. Instead, you want to get these together. Okay. So if I were to add x to both sides, that's going to give me 4x is equal to 0. And now I'm dividing by 4, which doesn't hurt anybody. And I get x equals 0. Okay? So x equals 0 is our other our other critical value. So these are the 3 critical values that will go on our number line. So here we go. So I have -3, 1, no, 0, and 1. Got to put them in order. So -3, 0, and 1. Remember, the critical values are always, the excluded values are always open circles because they're excluded. And open circles mean excluded. The other value, the solution to the equation, sometimes is open, sometimes closed, depending on the inequality symbol. Is this going to be open or closed this time? Open. It's going to be open because this is greater than. If this had been greater than or equal to, then it would have been closed. But it wasn't. All right, so these are the critical values. So now I do my test points. So over here, I'm going to do -4. In between here, I'm going to do -2. In between here, oh shucks, 0 and 1 are consecutive numbers. What am I going to do now, man? 0.5. Okay, 0.5, 1/2. And then over here, I can do, oh, Christian! Twice on one video. Come on, buddy. Head up, eyes open. These are going to be my test values. Now, the big question. How do I evaluate these? Normally, on the previous 2 problems, I just put the left side of the thing in my calculator because I had a number over here. Now I have variable expressions. What am I going to do? There's more than one way to do it. I had one very fast student I had just evaluated both sides separately on his calculator and compared those to each other. That's not the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to rewrite the equation briefly. In one quick step, I'm going to move this over to the left-hand side. I'm going to subtract the entire fraction over. When you subtract something, it just changes sign. So see if you can follow me on this. Can you see that this equation, this, I'm thinking of this, well, this inequality, if I move this over, it's going to become x over x minus 1 minus x over x plus 3. All right, did you follow? Raise your hand if you're like, what? I don't understand that. Okay, I just moved this over to the left-hand side and made it negative. That's all I did. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, now I can put this in my calculator and compare it to 0 very easily. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Okay, does this make sense, Izzy? Okay. So I'll put this in my calculator. So table mode. Okay, so I've got x over x minus 1, x over x minus 1, and then I've got minus x over x plus 3. All right, make sure you're in Ask X mode. And the values I need are -4 and -2. Okay, so that's -16 over 5 and 8/3. And then I need 0.5 and 2. So that's -8 over 7 and 8 over 5. And the question is, are these greater than 0? Greater than 0, greater than 0, greater than 0, greater than 0. This is negative, so is that greater than 0? No. This is positive, so yes. This is negative, no. This is positive, yes. The yeses tell us where the solutions are, which are here and here. So our interval notation goes from -3 to 0, union 1 to infinity. All parentheses because of the open circles, not included.